Hi everyone, and welcome back to Jane Talks Trek. I know it's been like 5 months since I last posted content, which is annoying because my requested episode list is as long as the Nile. But moving and doing up a house is exhausting and time consuming, and I'd rather wait than rush videos and they be subpar. Now, it's April Fool's Day, which I usually hate, but I'm seizing the opportunity to cover one of the silliest episodes of Star Trek ever. Sub Rosa from the Next Generation's 7th season, or as I like to call it, that time Beverly had sex with a ghost. This episode was requested by Andrew Blanchard, so let's get going with this complete nonsense. We begin the episode with a funeral, Beverly's grandma's funeral, where she gives a touching speech, then eyeballs this guy, and into the credits we go. Beverly asks Troy if she noticed the rando guy, but she says no, and they both head for her grandma's house, while this guy, the governor, asks Picard for help upgrading the systems at the colony, which he agrees to. At the house, which looks like a still from Simon the Sorcerer, Beverly plays with a family heirloom, which is supposed to stay lit. That's nice. And Troy leaves her alone, where she pores through her nana's diary. This dude just walks in and blows out the candle, which infuriates Beverly, and Quint says the candle is a curse and should be destroyed, so she kicks him out, although he could just yoink it and run away. Data and Geordi isolate problems in the colony's weather grid, which is throwing the weather off, and Beverly tells Picard that according to her nana's diary, she had a 34-year-old lover named Ronin, despite being 100. Picard's face says it all. Beverly goes to sleep, reading the diary, which causes the candle to light, and oh my. She tells Troy about it and her steamy dreams.
Frankly, I'm envious.
On the planet, Beverly visits her nana's grave where Quint is hanging out, and she apologizes to him while he warns her the house is haunted and lighting the candle will bring forth the ghost. Sudden magic flowers! The storm is being caused by the system malfunction, so Beverly rushes back to the house, which starts acting spooky and more magical flowers appear, along with a booming voice which overtakes her body and declares his love for her. She asks who the hell he is, and he says he's the ghost of Ronin, who has been with generations of Beverly's family for 800 years, and she tries to fight him off. Troy visits her on the ship to question what's going on, and Beverly admits she's been hooking up with Ronin, which Troy is slightly weirded out by and tells her to be careful. On the bridge, the weather has taken over due to the power transfer in place, so Picard says to shut it off, but it's locked in place. And Data and Geordi go to the planet to fix it, where Quint is messing around and gets zapped to death. Everyone is confused by what he was trying to do, and Beverly discovers the electricity didn't kill him, it was an energy anomaly, and goes back to the house to ask Ronin if he knows about the accident. He asks her to light the candle, which is on the ship, and kisses her, and I can see why this guy was cast as Dracula in 2 different projects. Beverly locks herself in her quarters and lights the candle, which makes Ronin appear and says he's gonna get inside her. Wait, what? Okay, not what I was expecting. And Picard meets her in the transporter room, asking her why the fuck she's quitting Starfleet, but she beams away. Troy spills the tea about Beverly's sex life, and Data reports the same weird energy reading that killed Ned at the cemetery and goes with Geordi to investigate. They pinpoint the reading to Nana's grave, while Beverly has sex with her ghost beau, only to be interrupted by Picard, who just saunters in wanting to meet Ronin. You might want to think about locking that door, Bev. He says she's changed, so she yells at him, making Ronin appear, and when Data calls about the grave and says he wants to dig up Nana, Ronin gets increasingly agitated and Picard sasses him. Okay, bye then. Oh, he's down. Ronin says to leave Picard, but Beverly refuses, so he heads out to stop Data and Geordi alone. And when Picard wakes up, he sends Beverly there too. The coffin is beamed to the surface. Oh, hey, Nana. Eek! Oh, that's horrifying.
Leave her alone! Beverly!
Everyone stop shouting! Ronin claims he killed Quint in self-defense, but Beverly goes ballistic because he's some sort of life form that's been using her family as hosts for generations, and he wants her to give him the candle.
No!
Ronin zaps Geordi and threatens Beverly, so she puts the candle down and then vaporizes it, before telling Enterprise to shut down the weather grid entirely. He goes for her, so she shoots him and has a cry. I mean, I would if I was forced to be in this episode. And back on the ship, Beverly dumps her drama on Troy. Okay, Gates McFadden put her all into this episode, and that's pretty much all the good I can say. What the hell is this episode, and who thought it was a good idea? Beverly hooks up with a ghost/alien seemingly in his 30s who was previously boinking her 100-year-old grandma. If that's not weird enough, he also reanimated Nana's corpse to attack Data and Geordi. I can't with this shit. Usually I try and find something positive to say, but I don't even know where to begin because it's just so ridiculous. Okay, ghost sex aside, I was interested in the malfunctioning weather grid, especially seeing as it was affecting the Enterprise, but there was not enough of it. They talked about it a bunch, but I would have liked to have seen it. Quint was an interesting character, but then he was suddenly dead, which was rather anticlimactic. And let's face it, the episode as a whole was cringy to watch. I'm not even sure what they were going for with this episode. It's kind of baffling, honestly. It's really creepy when you think about it, so I don't have a great deal more to say. It's a laughably stupid episode, and Nana would be turning in her grave if she weren't too busy sitting up and zapping people. So there you have it. That was Sub Rosa. If there's an episode of Star Trek you'd like me to cover, pop it down in the comments below or come say hi on social media. If you enjoyed this video, then please hit that like button. It really does mean a lot. Or consider subscribing if you want to be assimilated into my channel. Alternatively, feel free to check out my other YouTube channels. Thank you so much for watching. I'll speak to you soon, and live long and prosper.